an ocean wave, safe within your arms. Hold me close, oh Lord, never let me go. I won't be afraid in the darkest night, held in your embrace, shielded by your light. Arrows that take aim are defeated at the mention of your name. Lord, I wanna be, Lord, I wanna be, Lord, I wanna be secret place. Lord, I wanna be, Lord, I wanna be, Lord, I wanna be secret place. Lord, I wanna be, Lord, I wanna be, Lord, I wanna be secret place. Lord, I wanna be, Lord, I wanna be, Lord, I wanna be secret place. Angel on to rise, watches over me. Lord, you give them charge, so they can intervene. They will
Hello, 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 and God bless. My name is Neville Solomon, and I'm your host for Virtual Church TV. It's wonderful having you here this evening, and I'm hoping that you have had a blessed week and that your night will be even more blessed, or your day if you're watching this on a replay in the daytime. But at the end of the day, I am the host of the Virtual Church TV show, and today we're talking about 10 signs of fake friends. 10 signs of fake friends. We're living in a time period where a lot of people are trying their best to connect with the right crowd, trying to find the right people to interact with so that they can have genuine relationships, but also their life can be enhanced. So today we're going to be talking about 10 signs of a fake friend. 10 signs of a fake friend. And the number one question we're looking at is, how do you know if you really have a good friend? Sometimes we have friends that just get on our nerves, but deep down inside, there's a connection, and we believe, okay, this person is a person I can depend on, this person I can trust in, and we may not have everything in common, we may not agree all the time, but we're good friends. But on the other side, there are times when you wonder if the person that's around you is truly your friend. When it comes to this whole topic of having fake friends, this can apply to not just friends in terms of those that are around you, but it can apply to family, having fake family members, people who are not really there for you. It can go into fake partnerships, whether that is business partnership or in a relationship between, a young man who is courting a young lady or a young lady who is interested in a young man. It can even sometimes be involved in marriages, but I'm not covering that tonight, so we're going to leave that part alone. But we are talking about fake friends, signs of fake friends, because the one thing that's good about friendship is that you have the power to choose your friends, but you also have the power to refuse your friends. The more confident you become about yourself, the more you love yourself, the more you can look in the mirror and say, there's something that is good about me, is the less likely you feel comfortable around people who mistreat you, people who disrespect you, and people who don't treat you in the proper sense. There are many, 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 many things we can talk about this evening as it relates to what a good friend is and what a fake friend is. We're going to be focusing on the subject matter of how can I discover if my friend is a good friend. But I'm going to be sharing 10 signs. Of course, there's far more than 10 signs of a fake friend. But I think that when you begin to see these 10 accumulate within a friendship, you have a good understanding that this person doesn't have your best interests at heart. So it's very, very important for us to first start off with the premise of what is a good friend. A good friend is a person that you connect with, is a person that supports you, that you support, and there's a mutual benefit in the relationship. So as it relates to your friend, you encourage them, you invest in them, and you want to see them grow, and they invest in you and want to see you grow. Some friendships are a little bit different than others, because for me, I have a tendency not to have too much negative in my friendships. So I'm not making fun of my friends. I'm not disrespecting them, calling them names or whatever. But some friendships, people love to joke. They like to say things that are negative. But when it comes push to shove, is an investment greater than the jokes. So if you're really in a crisis, you know that this particular friend group that you have will support you. Or if you're really in a crisis, even though your cousin or your aunt or your uncle or your second cousin may make fun of you when you're really in trouble, they're there for you. But today I want to help you to differentiate between true friends and false friends. And I also want you to help me to further clarify to our audience, both our live audience and our replay audience, to clarify what exactly is a fake friend. Sometimes, because a person doesn't agree with us, we say they're fake. But sometimes a real friend will look in your face and tell you the truth, and you may not want to hear it. So when is it appropriate for your friend to tell you a truth that hurts? And when is it inappropriate for your friend to tell you a truth that hurts? We're going to cover that a little bit later on. There's a bunch of different things we're going to cover today, but I just wanted to just start off with this whole concept of defining what a fake friend is. A fake friend is someone who proceeds to be your friend, someone who pretends to be your friend, but he or she just uses you for their benefit. And that can range from using you for your money, using you for your influence, using you for your kindness, or just using you as a prop to make themselves look better. Every superhero needs a sidekick. And sometimes people want to use you and I to be their sidekick. But that is what a fake friend is. A fake friend is a person who uses, a person who sometimes even abuses, but a person who does not have the best interest of the other person in their thought process. So we're going to be looking at a few comments that are here. And these comments, I believe, are going to be talking a little bit more about what a good friend is. So a good friend, and whatever we talk about a good friend, the opposite applies to a fake friend. A good friend, he or she makes me smile. A good listener, there for me, trustworthy, and respectful to me. That is a good friend. We're going to get back to this one in a second, but I just wanted to read this other comment. It says, if you're the one always carrying the weight, if they only like receiving and never giving back, if they're extremely selfish, that is a bad friend. But we want to look back at this definition of a good friend. A good friend, he or she makes me smile. A good listener, there for me, trustworthy and respectful. So number one, this is number one. This is so huge. This is such a big point that we oftentimes miss, especially the more introverted you are, or I'd even add the more humble you are, the more you enjoy listening to people, is the less you recognize when people do not listen to you. The number one, got to put it, if you have a pen and paper, write it down. The number one sign of a fake friend is they do not listen to you. They do not listen to you. Now, listening is not just the activity of me sitting down and hearing what's coming out of your mouth. Listening means that I am interested in what you're saying. Listening means that I find you to be interesting, and I find that your thoughts and your ideas and the things you care about are important. So even as a friend, if I don't agree with you, because I find you to be important, I will listen to you. When you're around people that do not listen, not only do you know that they are not a good friend to you or that they're a fake friend, you also know that they're not a person that you can trust when a time of crisis comes. If a person cannot listen to you when things are going well for you, they definitely are not going to listen to you when things are going bad for you. One of the worst things that could ever happen to you in a time of crisis is when you need a listening ear, and you need support, and you need somebody to lean on, and you need somebody to just vent with. And when you're talking, they tell you, I don't want to hear that stuff. People who you spend hours and hours of listening to them and encouraging them. Sometimes you're encouraging them about something that you talked to them about 10 times. And you listen to them over and over again. But when your time comes for need, they say, I don't want to hear it. Very, very, very dangerous. If you've never experienced this, then you are so blessed. Most people have experienced it and haven't taken into consideration that this is evil. How can you let me sit down and listen to hours of your life, much of it which is not important, And when I'm in crisis, you can't listen to me and you can't support me. This is huge. This is huge. Listening is the key to all communication and to all friendship and to all partnership. But when a person refuses to listen to you, this is the highest form of disrespect. So, one of the greatest signs of a fake friend is that they do not listen to you. I'm going to read some of the thoughts that are shared, but even attached to this, when you notice that a person doesn't listen to anybody, when there's a conversation, they don't listen. When there's somebody that's speaking, they don't listen. They don't value anybody else's opinion but their own. They are always right. And everything is centered on themselves. And the only voice they like to listen to and they agree with is themselves. Not only are they not your friend, they are unable to be a friend. Some people who are fake friends, it's not just that they are trying to manipulate you or trying to deceive you. Sometimes they have no kindness, no love on the inside. And if they have no love on the inside, they are of no use to you as it relates to being a friend. For people like that, if you want to have mercy on them and you want to give to them, just be aware that it's not coming back to you. Understand that when you're in a time of need, they will never help you. And in fact, they will oftentimes harm you. So it's very, very important for us to understand that one of the highest levels of understanding a fake friend is, what do they do with the words that come out your mouth? Do they ignore them? Horrible. Do they use them against you? Which means that they're not listening because they don't understand your heart. When you're sharing information, nobody shares information for it to be weaponized against them. Oh my goodness, I put on some pounds. Well, you've always been fat. I can't take fat people. Fat people are lazy. After you've just opened up your heart and said, hey, I put on a few pounds, you want to hear some encouragement. Correction is fine, but correction with a heart of love. But instead, many times when fake friends listen, they listen to gather information to use as a weapon against you. Watch out for fake people. Watch out for fake people. Just wanted to read some of the comments that are here. So just wanted to just kind of point out this one thought here is, just watch their inconsistency. I think this is very important because a lot of times we're questioning ourselves as to, am I a good friend? We're questioning ourselves as to, am I supportive? And even sometimes when you're being supportive, you feel like you could do a little bit better. But very, very few times, especially when we like somebody, especially when we have a high respect for somebody, very few times do we evaluate the consistency in their behavior and the consistency in how they operate. So a lot of times there are people who are not listening to us. They cannot tell you anything about you. You know what school they went to when they were in high school. You know what classes they took because they talk about themselves so much. You know where they work. You know all these things about them. But when you talk to them and they're asking you questions once in a while, you recognize, but wait a minute, they don't know anything about me. Watch for inconsistencies. Watch for the fact that people are not taking into consideration anything about you. This is the world we live in, because this world is a self-focused world. So because it's a self-focused world, obviously people are not going to always care about us. But when you're looking for a friend, when you're looking for somebody to invest your life in, you're looking for somebody to support, and in turn for them to support you, watch out for people who do not listen. People who do not listen to you do not value you. And people who do not listen at all do not value human beings. One of the worst people to be a friend with is somebody who listens to nobody but themselves. Someone whose opinion is everything. And the opinions of others mean nothing to them. Got to watch out for people like that. A lot of comedians, they oftentimes joke about relationships and joke about people, but you will find that there are narcissists. That's probably a good word to use. Narcissists, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as we move on, but narcissists who are self-focused, therefore the only words that carry weight are their own. Watch out for those kinds of people. Something else that we need to take into consideration is we need to take into consideration the whole concept of a fake friend not taking your emotions into consideration, not respecting your emotional well-being. Fake friends don't care about how you feel. If you have a bad day, who cares? The only thing that matters is if I have a bad day. So that's number two. Fake friends don't care about how you feel. They don't care about your feelings. All they care about is their own feelings. So before we move on, I just wanted to welcome all of you to our chat so far. I wanted to welcome Georgina. She's talking about another aspect of fake friends. If they are surrounded by cliques, that's an indication sometimes of a fake friend, especially when they're supposed to be your friend and they don't want you in their clique. That's a concern. And that's emotionally damaging. That can really hurt when you're supposed to be a person's friend, especially when you know somebody from maybe childhood. And then a new group of people come as you move into adulthood or maybe later in your life, and they drop you for the new group of people. And the new group's opinion matters, and the new group's thoughts matter. But you, come on, be quiet. They don't really want to hear anything from you. And that's very, very harsh as it relates to our emotions. I also wanted to welcome all of you who are here, those of you who are in the replay, but I wanted to also welcome Aline Lewis as well. Wonderful having you here. And if you have any thoughts or you have any ideas you want to share about true friendship, what true friendship is, it'd be great to hear from you as we're talking about 10 signs of fake friends. So number one is they don't listen to you. A fake friend doesn't listen to you. Number two is they don't care about your emotions. They will oftentimes make jokes about you that are harmful, that are hurtful, make jokes that attack your self-esteem. If you are heavy, they will make jokes about your weight, and they know you don't like it. Or if you're skinny, they'll make jokes about how skinny you are, and they know you don't like it. Or if you're tall, they'll make jokes about how you are tall, and they know you don't like it. They try to figure out what you don't like and make fun of you about it. And the way that you really, 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 really know that they're a fake friend is that when you do the same thing to them, you get a very negative response. So they make fun about your weight. You tell them over and over you don't like it. They do it in a public place. Then in a private place, you make fun about their finances because they're not very well financially. And they get angry at you and say, what kind of friend are you? But they can have the freedom to make whatever fun they want to make of you, but you have no freedom to make fun of them. To me, I think that it's dangerous to make fun of people, period. But if you're in the kind of relationship or friendship where people make fun of each other, the same way that they're free to make fun of you in whatever fashion it might be, it could be in a demeaning way, it could be in a way of a self-deprecating way where you make fun of yourself. The way that they work with you, you should be able to work with them. So if they make fun of you, you should be able to make fun of them. And if you can't make fun of them and they can make fun of you, fake friend. If you are self-deprecating and they are never self-deprecating, you might want to continue that because that's something that you like, or you might want to look at it and wonder, what kind of friendship is this? The joke is always me. Why is the joke never you? Especially in the midst of other people. Because people nowadays, they like to present a certain image to others, like they're important. And what they do now is that they try to present that you are not important. And depending on the relationship, sometimes when a person feels really comfortable with you, a fake friend feels really comfortable with you, they will put you down anywhere you go to make themselves look good. And to me, very, very dangerous. You should not allow people to mistreat you, especially those that call you friend, because they will continue to do that and it will damage your life. At the end of the day, when you are with a friend and after you spend time with them, you feel worse about yourself, especially because the feeling that you feel comes out of direct conversation of things that they say to you to put you down. That is a fake friend. Number three, fake friends are not around when you need them. So when you're going through a crisis, when things are going wrong in your life, and you're looking for support, they're not there. Perhaps, they were going through some kind of hardship. Maybe they couldn't pay their rent or something. And you step in, you help to pay their rent, or you might have, brought some food to their house to encourage them, or you might have talked to them on the phone, whatever you've given to them. When they were in a crisis, you were there. Now, granted, in life, it's never ever good to give to somebody looking to receive. But if you have something that's called a friendship, the reason why it's a friendship is because there's some kind of benefit in it. It's two fellows in the same ship. If we're in the same ship, we're going to eat with each other. If we're in the same ship, we're going to be traveling to the same place. If we're in the same ship, hopefully we'll be able to get along with each other. But at the end of the day, a fake friend is never around when you need them. When you're going through hardship and difficulty and challenges, all of a sudden they disappear. When you are calling them and you need something, you can't get a hold of them. But when they need something, when that phone rings and you don't pick it up, they're angry. They might even leave you a voice message and say, "Why are you not picking up?" But when you call, they don't return the call. When you say you need something from them, they get silent. And oftentimes, those of us who are a little bit more stronger, all you really need from a person is a word of encouragement. Or you need to hear somebody say, "I understand," or "I agree," if they agree. But fake friends, they're only there for their own benefit. So when you need something, it's of no value to them. In fact, they will probably give to you if it will benefit them, but if they see no benefit in it, they won't give to you. And so many of us are trying to find true friends. And when we come upon a situation like this, we basically gaslight ourselves. We make up an excuse for them. Oh, the reason why he didn't come, to my birthday party is because he's so busy. The reason why she didn't call me back for 6 months is because she's so busy. Oftentimes, the reason why they didn't get back to you is because they don't care about you and they're selfish. But at the end of the day, there is a distinction that needs to be made between a fake friend and a flawed friend. Some of us have friends that have huge flaws or have been through some really tough times, and there's a difference between a fake friend and a flawed friend. A flawed friend may not listen at times. A flawed friend may not always think about your emotional well-being, and a flawed friend may not always be around when you need them. But the difference between a flawed friend and a fake friend is that a flawed friend at least shows up sometimes, at least can remember your birthday or comes to your birthday party, cares about your family, has a connection with you, and prays for your well-being. So a flawed friend may not be perfect, and many of us have a lot of flawed friends. But at the end of the day, a flawed friend does invest something in you. You may invest more, but they invest something. But so many of us, we have fake friends that are always taking and never, ever, ever give, are always complaining and criticizing, but will never take a complaint from you or a criticism in good spirit. Always want you to say good about them, but never have good to say about you. So to me, I think it's very, very important for us to be aware of some of the signs of fake friends so that we can distinguish good friends from fake friends. So we've covered 3 so far. So I want to go to number 4. Number 4 is fake friends don't celebrate you. In fact, they put you down. A fake friend does not celebrate you. They don't have an air of respect for the fact that they have been graced to be connected to you. So I think it's very important that when you start to discover that a person is not so joyous about your friendship, you have to begin to recalculate and think to yourself, is this an acquaintance? Or even worse, is this an enemy? Because there are so many people that are around that are trying to network, but they will set themselves up to be like a friend to receive benefit from you with the hope to give you no benefit. But at the end of the day, I'm so thankful for having friends here today. So it's wonderful, wonderful having my friends who are here today. I had named some of you who are here already in the live stream, but I'm so happy to have Wellness with Frugal Mama. Was able to visit her channel the other day, and we were able to do a, I guess you call it a wealth transfer to visit another channel right after. The Workout Geek was great visiting him as well. And I'm just so blessed to have friends, because I think it's good to have friends, but it's also good to be able to distinguish true friends from fake friends. So we're just talking about number 4. I just want to get into this a little bit more, is that fake friends don't celebrate you. When you do things that are great, they look at all the flaws in it. When you have, milestones that you accomplish, such as maybe something simple as your birthday, or you graduate, or you lose weight, or, you accomplish a goal or a task that is very important to you, write a book, they don't support it. They have nothing to say. As a matter of fact, when you really, really have a good friend, I wrote a book, and I told a few people about it, and I had one friend. Actually, I had more than one friend, but I'm just going to pick out one friend. I had a friend that when they heard about the book, they said, "Get me 3 copies." And I don't really know if they want 3 copies, but as a friend, I felt happy about that, because I'm like, my friend cares about what I'm doing. And a good friend will support you in your goals and the things that you're doing, not because they get a benefit from it, but many times they'll support you in your goals because you are their friend and they want something good to happen in your life. But fake friends not only just do not support you, fake friends put you down. When you have a failure, they highlight it, they memorize it. The same person that doesn't listen to you on a regular, they remember all the times you failed, all the times you were wrong. And what they do is that they gather it up, put it in a little bag, and anytime they want to make you feel bad, they just open up that bag and throw out something that they remember that you did wrong, or throw out a place that you failed, and they feel good about it. And what I recognize is that the people who do those kinds of things, they're not your friend. The people who do those kinds of things is that they are your enemy in friendship form. So I just wanted to bring this up, not so much to bring us down, but I wanted to bring it up to lift up the standard of friendship. When you have a great friend, it's not because you're a great person. When you have a great friend, it's because they are a great person. Because you could be the greatest person in the world, and you can have riffraff hanging off of you. As a matter of fact, the better you are, is the more people that want to hold on to you, oftentimes for their own benefit. In their mind, they might see themselves as an entourage. I can benefit from you because you have some kind of success. But just wanted to share that with you, because I believe that it's very important for us to always value our friendships and to recognize that in the midst of us having our friendships, that God can connect us with the right people, and he can disconnect us from the wrong people. I wanted to share with you that at the end of the day, a really, really good friend makes you feel comfortable in your skin. They don't make you second guess yourself. They make you actually believe in yourself. And when you have people that are around you that make you second guess yourself, make you wonder, am I as smart as I think I am? Make you wonder, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with me? That's not a friend. Someone who produces doubt in you is a person that doesn't really have love for you. Or at least they're not a person that's a good friend. Because good friends, they care about your life and they care about your future, and they celebrate with you when you're celebrating. And they cry with you when you cry. In fact, sometimes when you cry, they try to pull you out of the crying into a place of celebration because they don't feel comfortable with you being depressed. That's a good friend. So before we move on, I just wanted to share this little song with you, a time of worship, and I'm praying that you be blessed by this, and we'll get right back to the word. God bless you.
Give me you, everything else can wait. Lord, give me you, I hope it's not too late. Lord, give me you, Lord, give me you, Lord, give me you, Lord, give me you. One more time, give me you. Give me you, everything else can wait. Lord, give me you, I hope it's not too late. Lord, give me you, 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 Lord, give me, Lord, give me you, 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 Lord, give me you. Someone just try to say, Lord, give me you, Lord, give me you, Lord, give me you, Lord, give me you, give me you, give me you, everything else can wait. Lord, give me you, I hope it's not too late. Lord, give me you, Lord, give me you, Lord, give me you, Lord, give me you. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Such a good thing to celebrate and worship the Holy Spirit. Amen.
It's a wonderful thing to celebrate God. God is amazing. God
Thank you
is
for
amazing.
watching Virtual Church Music. If you enjoyed
Lord, give me
God is amazing, and it's always just wonderful just giving him praise, and it's wonderful being able to talk about subject matters that can transform our life. I think that the Bible teaches us a lot about friendship, and I think it's important for us to take that into consideration. But it also warns us a lot about fake friends as well, just through the stories of the Bible, through the Proverbs, through the teaching in Psalms. That's very important for us to be aware that we should connect with like-minded people. It says that the Lord prepares a table before us in the presence of our enemies. He anoints our head with oil and our cup runs over. So sometimes we have frenemies who sit at the table with us, but they're hoping to see problems spring up in our life so that they can expose them and that they can make fun of them. I just wanted to talk a little bit more about this whole subject of fake friends. We covered a few signs of fake friends. We've covered 4 so far. We're moving into the 5th one. But I just wanted to look at some of our comments. So I think this is very important. A fake friend, they let you struggle or fight alone. When you need their support, they're just not there. When you feel like giving up and you feel like, man, I don't have any energy left, I'm just going to give up, they're the ones that tell you, that's right, give up. That's right. That's right. Let it go. Let it go. Let your last breath go and just die. They're there to usher you into failure. And when you're in a moment of crisis, there's a time of joy for them. And you can even see it sometimes printed out on their face. And what I've discovered is, for those of us who are really strong, when a fake friend makes themselves known in crisis, something in your spirit lifts up a standard and says, I'm not giving up. I'm going to believe in me. And you become a true friend to yourself. But I think it is most wise, because you never know what you're going to do when the pressure comes on in life. I think it's most wise for us to be able to find people that when crisis comes and we want to give up, they can tell us, don't let go, don't give up, believe. Very important. Fake friends only pop up at the horizon. They're only there when it works out well for them. Some people are so fake that when you are struggling, you don't see them. But when things start to become a little bit better, then all of a sudden they show up. I've written, I can't remember what number this is. I think this is probably my 5th book that I've written. And it's called 5 Benefits of Worship, and it's out on Amazon, or you can visit NevilleSolomon.com and you can get yourself a copy there. But I've written my 5th book. And I remember, this is even before I wrote a book. I had been praying and I've been believing in God to help me to write a book. And I remember this one lady came to me. I don't even know why she came to me. She came to me and she was talking like she was prophesying. So she was a fake friend, false prophet, or a fake false prophet friend. And she started to prophesy to me, telling me how I'm never going to become anything. She started prophesying to me how I'm never going to preach anywhere outside of my local city, and that nothing good was going to happen in my life. And she started talking to me about how I'll never write a book. And it's funny because I've never told her I wanted to write a book. Although I did want to write one, I never said it to her. And she started prophesying all this stuff to me. And in my mind, I thought she was my friend. But as she was beginning to spew out all that stuff, when she said it to me at first, my personality is, okay, I've discovered who you are. You are a fake, false prophet friend. So I don't believe what you have to say. But when a couple years went by and I didn't write a book, and a couple years went by and I'm a preacher and I never preached outside of my city, I started to struggle with what she said. I started to wonder if what she was saying was true. So I came to this place where I was like, God, either you're right or she's right. Or either she and you are right and I'm just wrong. But I don't want to be in this place of depression. I don't want to be in this place where I don't believe in myself. So help me to change the way that I'm thinking, or help me to get a new perspective. And God allowed me to be around, there was a whole bunch of people, but he allowed me to be around a few people who had a different mindset, which caused me to transfer my mindset and say, okay, God, I believe in you. So I ended up writing about 5 books from the time she said I would never write a book. And then that same lady saw me when I think I was probably on my 3rd book, and she came up to me and she asked me if I could publish her book. And I think to myself, well, wait a minute, you didn't just tell me that I would never write or I would never produce a book. You told me that God told you that that was going to happen. And now you're coming to me to ask me to publish a book, because fake friends only pop up at the horizon. When you are down, they can tell you all the faults that you have. They can tell you all the fears that you have. But when you rise up, some of the fake friends want to rise up with you. And I discovered that it's very important for you not to believe what people say. It's very important that you believe what God says. But it's also very wise to connect with friends that are real. Because when you connect with friends that are real, They will encourage you when you find yourself in dark places. They will encourage you at times when you feel like you cannot succeed. And I think that's very, very important for us to be able to do that, because when you can do that, if you find you're in a time of need, true friends will raise you up. If you find you're in a time of need, false friends will now see an opportunity to take you down. I'm praying and I'm hoping that nobody has really had to go through what I just spoke about a little while ago. But I have a sneaking feeling that most of us have come upon people who are fake friends. And when you are in a time of need, fake friends tell you what they're really thinking, and what they're really thinking sometimes doesn't feel too good. But at the end of the day, I wanted to just share this message because I think that by understanding what a fake friend is and understanding what a true friend is, you're better able to monitor the people that are around you and know what camp they're in, and to treat them the way that you should treat them. Because I think you should be kind to all people, but I think that you should know the difference between an acquaintance and a true friend. And here are some of the things. So number 5, fake friends never have time for you. They're always too busy. And it's as if your time is less valuable than their time. They can call you and waste out your time for hours. And if you call them about something, even sometimes that pertains to them, they don't have no time. They're always in a hurry for you to stop talking, always in a hurry for you to support what they're doing, always in a hurry to accomplish their task, but oftentimes not in a hurry to accomplish your task. If you require some assistance on something, they sometimes don't show up. And if they do show up, they want it to be done quickly, and they many times will leave early without adding a lot of value to what you're doing. But when you're at what they do, you're one of the last people to leave, and you add tremendous value to what they're doing, whether it's financial assistance or it's sweat equity, or it's just sharing your ideas or just celebrating with them. But fake friends oftentimes will not invest their time in you. And when they invest their time in you, they make you feel like it's a burden that you put upon them. But when the roles reverse, they want you to know that you're fortunate to be able to work in what they're doing. And I would even add this. Many times when they talk about what you're doing, they talk about what you're doing like it's something small, something little. But when they're talking about what they're doing, it's something that's grand, something that is amazing. And the more you think about it sometimes is many times the thing that you're doing is far more effective and even sometimes bigger than what they're talking about. But they market to you as if what you do has no importance. And I'm just here to encourage you, to let you know that it doesn't matter what they think. Because if what they were doing was so important, they would need your help. But the fact that they need your help or they request your help is an indication of the value that you have. And sometimes when they're helping you because they're not into it, they're providing no assistance for you, but you're still getting done what you need to get done. So to me, I think it's very, very important to have real friends, to have friends that, of course, you have people who are busy and they may not be able to spend a whole bunch of time on whatever you're doing. But when you have people who value you to be able to invest time in you, I think you have to be thankful. Even for those who are here today, who are watching, I'm very, very thankful for you, because it's a community that we're trying to build where you support my channel and I try to support your channel. But even more important than just channels, we try to add value to each other. So this conversation I'm having today, I'm trying to add value to you, because there are some of us who are givers. We just love to give. We just love to support people. We care about the future of other people. But as you do it long enough, you begin to recognize that there are many people in this world who are not givers. There are many people in this world who are takers. And they will take everything away from you, even if it means you being unsuccessful. So it's very, very important for us to evaluate the relationships that are around us. Are they real or are they fake? So fake friends never have time for you, because they don't respect who you are or what you do. And they oftentimes elevate and prioritize and inflate what they're doing to be greater than what you're doing. And at the end of the day, I think where jealousy is very dangerous is for those of us who are true friends, because of our relational intelligence, we oftentimes are more effective at accomplishing things. So because of that, not only do people have a tendency to not have time for us who are fake friends, a bit of it is also jealousy. They don't want to be around the thing that you're doing much longer because they're wondering, why do I not have the success that my fake friend, the person who I'm a fake friend to, has? And the reason why they don't have the success is because they don't have the heart. Because a lot of success is about the passion and the heart that you have and that you bring to the things that you do. So my encouragement to you is, don't feel bad when people don't want to invest their time in you, because it's not an indication of whether what you're doing has importance or not. It's an indication of the way that this person values you. So a stranger has a right to choose what they want to do as it relates to their time. But if you say that you're my friend and you choose not to spend time assisting me, then it just indicates to me the kind of friend that you are, which is a fake friend. Number 6, fake friends won't help you, and they hold opportunities from you. So a fake friend will have information that will help you, and they will not give it to you. As a matter of fact, many times they end up telling you about the information because they're telling you how they gave the information that would have helped you to somebody else. They gave the information that would have helped you to another group of people, and they oftentimes are bragging to you how they helped another group of people when they had the same information that would have helped you do what you need to do. But what I've discovered now is I've discovered that that is God training us to recognize that anything that we have, whether it's an idea, whether it's our energy, whether it's our encouragement, anything that we have is in fact a gift. And we have to be careful not to invest the deepest parts of our gift in fake friends. Because sometimes we will give everything to everybody and nobody will give anything to us. And the funny part about it is that because they don't listen to you, we talked about that earlier, that fake friends don't listen, because they don't care about you, they oftentimes will hear some of the best ideas from you that would transform their life, but they will never implement it because of the disrespect that's in them. So you waste your time giving them the information, but also if they were to benefit from the information, they would drop you like a hot potato because fake friends don't care about you. So what I've discovered now is that God is giving me these gifts, and I should be aware when people refuse to invest in me. I should be aware of listening to God so that God can show me who and how to invest in those that are around me. Because the best things God reveals to his friends. So when a person refuses to reveal things to you that will help you, it's just an indication that you recognize that they're not really your friend. So my encouragement is, I'm a giver, so I'm going to give anyways, but I'm becoming wiser in my giving. I'm becoming wiser in my giving. I gave a crazy story a little while ago. I'm going to give another crazy story. And I'm praying that these stories are helpful to you and not discouraging, because we're talking about fake friends. I'm talking about fake friends. I'm talking about bad examples. Whenever I'm speaking, I have a tendency not to talk about negative things because I don't like to focus my mind in that sense. But because we're talking about fake friends, or we're talking about this subject matter of revealing things to people or sharing opportunities with people, I thought I would share this story. I remember that I had a friend, and I could see that the signs that I'm talking about to you, I could see that all the signs were alarming in my life, because I recognized that this person was not a good friend. But I was under this concept that even though a person is wicked, you should treat them, as if they're like your friend. And I remember this. And I'm gonna have to tell the story in a way because it's involving two friends, and my secondary friend, I don't want them to feel bad, so I have to kind of change the story a little bit. So hopefully, if they watch this, they don't feel bad. So basically, the fake friend came to me, and they asked me for an enormous amount of money and an enormous amount of response to help them out of a situation. And for me, I know that they're a fake friend. But because of my religious concept of that, you got to be good to everybody, you got to love your enemies, you got to do good to those who don't do good to you. And I was having this kind of philosophy. I wasn't reading the scriptures where Jesus identified fake friends. And he identified fake friends like Judas in a way to let Judas know that I know you are a fake friend. Now, when I'm investing in fake friends and I don't identify to them that I know that they're fake, what happens there is I'm acting in hypocrisy, or I'm acting under the guise of a lie. So I think it's very important that when you discover that a person is a fake friend, to remove yourself from them and to operate with them with a knowledge that they're a fake friend. But this person, they asked me for all this kind of help. I gave them all this help. They took all the help, walked away, and basically cursed me out and called me all kinds of names because they felt good that they got all that I had, and they just left because they weren't looking for my betterment. They weren't looking for my friendship. They were looking for my resources. And they took the resources, and a couple of days later, they left. Then I had another friend. This is a real friend. This is a friend who was there for me through thick and thin. This is a friend who helped me through so many things. And he said, Neville, I have this problem. And it's going to cause a huge issue around real estate with my family. Can you give me $200? If you give me $200, everything is solved. I will have no problems. The problem was I drew everything that I had and I gave to the wicked person because I thought in my mind by giving to them, it was a proper thing to do. But when this good person came and they suffered, bad things happened to them. Because I didn't have 200, they didn't ask for $1,000, just $200. I didn't have it because I gave it to the wicked person. They suffered for years. Then I recognized that you need to pray and ask God who to give to. And when you see someone's a fake friend, you need to modify how you invest in them. Because the very investment that you give to them, they will use it to harm you. And I discovered from that day that when a person is a fake friend and they want to withhold opportunities from you and they don't want to help you, you have to be wise and ask God, what should you invest in them? And had I asked God what to invest in that particular situation, I think that God would have told me to invest words with the first person, to let them know that if you do not master yourself financially, you will always be in financial problems. I should have gave them teaching and not given them money. But the other person, because he had given me so much money, because he had blessed me, because he was my friend, because we were close and we honored one another, I should have had money set aside to give to him, but I gave it to a fake friend. Many of the things that you should give to true friends, they have been eaten up by the caterpillar, by the locust, by the devil that we call fake friends. So you have to be able to identify fake friends and not give the best of what you have to them, because the best of what you have needs to be given to the people that God has put into your life and commanded you to serve, commanded you to help. So we all have certain gifts. So I have a gift to share the word and to talk and to share, concepts to build people up. That's my gift. So I can give that gift to everybody. I can give that gifts to devils. I can give that gifts to people that love God. I can give that gift to everybody because it's an abundant, eternal reservoir that is just, I can just spew it out and give it to people all day. But there are certain things that are limited, that are finite, that you don't have a lot of, such as your time, such as your money, such as your heart, such as your ear. And those things you have to begin to sit down and think about, how am I going to invest these things? because in a world that we're traveling in, it's better to invest in friends, invest in family, invest in the people of God, people who are trustworthy, invest in other people who have a desire to have similar goals that you have, where they want to move forward, than to invest in things that are plotting to harm you. And a fake friend is nothing more than an individual who made up their mind that they have supplanted themselves in your life to harm you. Because the reason why I say it is, when I don't want to be somebody's friend, what do? I remove myself from them. But a fake friend is not removing themselves from you. They are planting themselves in your life in the hopes of robbing you of resources that were meant to help somebody else. So they're not so much just harming you, they're harming the people that God has connected you to. So I believe that it's intelligent to be aware of who your fake friends are. And when they kiss you on the cheek, you can ask your friend, what are you up to? Because I know you're fake. And there's too many fake friends that are out there. I'll probably move a little bit quicker on the last few signs of fake friends. So number 7, fake friends discourage you and put down your goals. So this is beyond just emotions. A fake friend will now look at the things that you were designed to do, the things that you do well, and they will try to pick it apart to create in you a doubt to believe that you can accomplish what you were meant to accomplish. So now you have to get to the place and say, okay, I know what I was born to do, or I have some indication or some inclination of some of the things I'm good at. And you say that you're my friend, but every time you're around me, you try to pull out all of the parts of it to make me feel like I can't believe in myself. Many times, what the enemy will do, because I'm not even going to go there, is the enemy will talk to family members to get them to discourage you. But I believe his ultimate target is not family members. His ultimate target is friends. Because the reason why he picks friends is because my mother and my father, I didn't choose them. They were just here when I came. So if you live with your mother and father long enough, you begin to understand their personality. Like some of us have parents that are amazing. Some of us have parents who have different issues. And most of us, if we have parents who don't give good advice, we're aware of it. So when a parent says to you that I don't believe in your goals, many times if you have a clear picture of them, it discourages you, but you can move beyond it. But when you choose the friend and you believe they're your friend, when they give you that information, it has a weight on you. And that's why it's very important for us to be able to decipher fake friends from real friends. Because if you tell me I can accomplish something and I'm aware that you're a fake friend, then you're not going to discourage me because I know who you are. But fake friends, they try to discourage you and they try to put down your goals. Whether that goal is as simple as being in shape and exercising. Oh, baby, you don't want to go to the cheese factory with me? I'll buy. And they know that you're trying to lose 100 pounds, right? Sabotage. And in fairness, I wouldn't even qualify that as being that bad, because really, man, if I feel for a cheesecake and you're on a diet, I might invite you too. I gotta just be honest. But for me, where it becomes more serious now is when you feel like God has told you something, when you feel like God has deposited in your spirit that you're supposed to do something, or when you just feel like you're naturally born to do something, and the friend now comes and gives you the opposite direction and says, no, you are not born to sing. When you sing, it doesn't sound that good. And yet everybody else thinks that you sound good. And what I've discovered is fake friends will try to discourage you. And if you do not evaluate them and you just accept the friendship, many times you take beliefs that are false. I've had so many people tell me how I'm not gifted, tell me that when I speak, I sound like an ogre. I have so many people telling me that I can't sing. I have so many people that tell me that I can't write. I have so many people say all kinds of negative things about me. And it wasn't until I started really thinking about it, when you're gifted, people don't like you. And they don't have the courage to say, I don't like you because you're gifted. So they create a reason not to like you. And if you're not careful, there's not many people that are around you that will explain to you that the reason why they don't like you is because of your success. The reason why they don't like you is because of your determination. It's because you have made up your mind to change your life. That's why a lot of times fake friends turn on you, is because their goal is to discourage you and to keep you from moving forward. I don't understand it because I'm not a fake friend. I don't understand why would you spend time with a person to discourage them, irregardless of the relationship. You can be my enemy. And if God told you something, I'm going to encourage you to do what God says, just because I'm a positive person. I think a lot of people here are like that, but there are some people who set themselves up in places to discourage you, to always look at the faults in your life and to stop you from being what God wants you to be. So when you have goals, whether those goals are personal goals or those goals are just things you desire to do, or maybe even got to a place where you're praying and you feel like God wants you to do something, don't let go of it because of what fake friends are saying. If anything a fake friend says to you, you should evaluate, but if anything, usually you should do the opposite of what they say. If they say, you can't sing, make a CD. If they say, every time you talk, I can't understand what you're saying, understand that you're speaking with clarity. Because fake friends are designed to cause you to be discouraged. And the best response to them, other than pulling yourself away from them, is to not allow them to discourage you, to get to a place where you can celebrate yourself and you can begin to sit down and look at the goals that you have in life and accomplish those goals. I've been sharing a lot of negative stories, but let me get into another one. A young person looked at my YouTube station and they said to me that YouTube is ridiculous. Why are you wasting your time on that? Only silly people are on YouTube. And the other day I put a video up on Friday, and today's Sunday, and 150,000 people watched that video. Had I agreed with what she said in 2009, I would not have put a video up on this Friday and seen 150,000 people watch it. But the reason why 150,000 people watch it is because something in me said, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Because how can you talk about a YouTube station you don't have one? And secondly, you had to be sent by somebody to discourage me. So whoever sent you, I send back a message to you and to them that I'm going to do what's in my spirit to do, and I'm going to trust God. I'm going to keep doing it. And if I tell you the truth, I was doing videos and 6 people were watching it after 6 months. I was doing videos more recently, and 30 people or 100 people might watch it after 24 hours or after a couple of days. But if you keep doing what you're called to do, sooner or later, a day will come that will allow you to have an understanding that something was trying to discourage you from doing something that's greater. So this video, I don't know, maybe 50 people might watch it, maybe 10 people might watch it, whatever the number might be. I don't care, because I moved on from looking at views, looking at subscriptions, and looking into myself and saying, what am I supposed to do? And irregardless of the results, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it until I master what I'm called to do, because discouragement is meant to stop you from getting to a destination that you can't see. So instead of being concerned about what people say or being stuck by what people are saying, you have to get to the place where you say to yourself, I will not be discouraged no matter what people say. I will not be discouraged no matter what family says. I will not be discouraged, especially no matter what fake friends say. In fact, even if I have a good friend and they're trying to help me, I will not be discouraged, because I have made up my mind that there are goals that are in me that will be accomplished. And even if I don't meet the goal, I will meet the action of the goal. Just wanted to share that with you. I'm just going to share the last few signs, and then we can get into some of our comments, because it's wonderful having you. And you know what? Let me know if the stories that I'm sharing are helpful, because normally when I'm talking, I share more positive stories. I don't share just heartache after heartache, but we're talking about fake friends. And I've been blessed to have many of them. So I'm just sharing some of the stories that I've had with some fake friends. And let me know your thoughts if you're in the replay. about some of these stories. If you want me to share more positive stories, let me know. But if these stories I'm sharing that are somewhat challenging are helpful, also let me know, because I want to know if I should share more of them or if I should kind of change my focus and talk about, what good friends are, because I've been blessed with some really good friends as well. So number 8, fake friends put you down and try to change you. It's a little bit different than just discouraging you. It's like they're not just content in stopping you from being what you're supposed to be, but they want to change you to cause you to become something else. They want to change you sometimes from your external. I don't like the big pants you're wearing. I don't like the tight dress you're wearing. And they try to change your external image. And sometimes they move from the external to try to control you and control your behavior and what you do. And you have to get to the place to let people know that I am who I want to be, but most of all, I want to be who God wants me to be. And sometimes I'm not in the place that I need to be, and I need to have some changes, but I don't want to change just because a person said it, because people are fickle. They change every day. I want to be the person that God wants me to be. I want to be the person that I want to be. And I, of course, want to grow. And there's some things I might have to change. I might have to change the way that I dress. I might have to change the way that I talk. I might have to change some things about me, but I don't want to change them simply because you don't like who I am. I want to change because maybe I don't like who I am, or because I want to grow, but I don't want to change because you don't like who I am. Because who are you? I could always get another friend, but I cannot get another me. So people are out there that want to change you. They want to tell you how you should talk. They want to tell you how you should walk. They want to tell you how you should look. They want to tell you how you should do what you're led to do. Sometimes you're led to lead a certain thing, and they want to tell you how you should lead it. No. Because if you were supposed to tell me how to lead it, then you would be leading it. But because God made me lead it, I want to open up my heart, of course, to God and of course to my friends, but I don't want to open up my heart to people who are trying to change me so that they'll feel comfortable. And a part of the changing to make themselves feel comfortable is they start to put you down. They put down your accomplishments. I have a master's degree from one of the highest universities in my area. And so many church people tell me how it doesn't matter, but I'm the only one that has it. Now, I'm not saying it because I know how church people feel about head knowledge, but to me, it's a good accomplishment. It doesn't make me better than anybody, but it's something that I should be thankful for because God allowed me to have it. But it's gotten to such a place that I barely talk about it, because every time I talk about it, somebody has a criticism for it. They want to use a master's degree in theology as a put down. And yet I have friends who sold drugs. And when they go to the church, the people want to use the fact that they sold drugs when they were sinners as a put down. So whether you sell drugs or you get a master's degree, people want to criticize. And I started to say to myself, but wait a minute, is there anybody here that wants to encourage somebody, that wants to uplift somebody? Now, there are some women who are here, have never been married. People want to use that as a put down to you because you've never been married. Oh, you never been married. Oh, and it's like it's a sin. No, maybe you don't want to get married. Maybe you didn't have the opportunity to find somebody to get married to. But don't let people put you down for who you are. It's just your life. Other people, women, and men, they've been married and they get divorced. Oh, you've been divorced. It's a sin against God. And yet the person who's talking to you curses bad words at their home, smokes drugs, do all kinds of foolishness, and they can see things to put you down about, but they cannot see things to correct in their own life. And the reason why I say this is because don't let people put you down. Don't let people try to change you so that they can feel comfortable. You want to change, of course, and I want to change, of course, so that I can be who God wants me to be. But at the end of the day, I don't want people to always be nitpicking about my life to find something that they don't like to be able to have an argument or a fight with me. Because what I recognize is that fake friends, they're always trying to look for something to chip you away at, to put you down about. Some of your greatest accomplishments they will use against you. You have a good job, you make a lot of money, they'll use it against you. You lose your job, you're unemployed, they'll use it against you. You're big and strong, you have great muscle, they'll use it against you. You get sick and you have health issues, they use it against you. And what I recognize is that fake friends, it's not the problem that they're going after. It's your confidence that they're going after. And they're trying to put you down no matter what you do, good or bad. They try to use it against you because there's a wicked heart in them. And when you can discover that you are a fake friend and there's wickedness in you, then now you can become free and say, God, help me to be aligned with people who love you. Help me to be aligned with people who are growing. And of course, I want to be encouraged to grow, but I don't want fake friends to be able to put me down and have an energy in my life that causes my life to go off course. I'm teaching this because I see so many fake people and I'm tired of it. And so many people are hurt because they don't understand why they can't have close relationships. And the reason why you can't have close relationships is because there's too many fake people out there. And when you can discover them, then you can at least evaluate your relationship. In fact, a part of this message, they'll probably change and flip out in the first 30 seconds of this video, or they may not even come here. A part of this message, I hope, will reach fake friends so that people can see that they are users and that they're always looking for friendships that benefit them and they provide no benefit to those who they're friends with. And because of that reason, this message is a condemnation to many. But for those of you who are here today, and this is a little bit of a different kind of thing because I'm usually not so, what's the word I'm trying to think of? I'm not so hard. I'm usually talking about things a little bit more positive in nature. But I want to talk about this because I see that this is a place where a lot of us get injured because we have an expectation from people that they will do good to us, and then they do bad to us. And they don't do bad to us because we deserve bad. They do bad to us because we did not evaluate to recognize that these people are fake friends. So we move into number nine. Number nine is that fake friends exclude you from important events. They exclude you from important events. So they will have like maybe their wedding. That one hurts. You ever have a friend who has a wedding and they don't invite you? Oh, best friend. And they don't invite you? Ouch. Some people get so wicked they exclude you from their funeral. They write a note and say they don't want you to come. You know that person really wasn't your friend. People exclude you from their baby christening. They don't want you to come. They exclude you from the home, from their home. They're having a housewarming. They don't want you to come. They exclude you from things that are important to them. Maybe a birthday party. They invite all your other friends and don't invite you. And many times we will feel bad about that. They've excluded us from these particular things, and maybe invite us to something, to their church dinner or something. But when it came to their baby shower, nope, don't want you to come. And some of them even had the audacity to write you a letter and ask if you could send a gift and don't come. But the reason why I bring it up is because fake friends, they want a reaction out of you. They want you to feel bad, but yet they want to stay connected with you. They want to continue to know what's going on in your life, but they don't want you to feel happy. So they exclude you from important events to make you feel really, really bad about yourself. Sometimes in these events, they will talk poorly about you to other people. And I find it interesting how people operate because you're at an event and it's your friend's event and they're talking poorly about you to these people. And the people who are there feel comfortable to come back to you and to tell you that they were talking about you at the event. And what I believe is the enemy. The enemy uses the person who talks bad about you, the fake friend who talks bad about you. And then the enemy uses the person who takes that message and brings it back to you and say, oh, Sally, I was at the baby christening and don't say my name. They always add that. Don't say my name. But she was talking about you and said the reason why she didn't invite you is because, she just doesn't value you as a friend. And now you're living with that. But when I hear that, I'm getting to the stage because these things still hurt, but I'm getting to the stage when I hear that, I said, brethren, or my friend, I just saved a whole bunch of money because I didn't have to go to Toys R Us and buy this child a gift. And in fact, I'm never going to buy this child a gift. Not because I'm trying to be wicked, but because you do not value my friendship. I will invest in the children of people who do. Oh, that's harsh. Neville, that's harsh. Why are you saying that? I'm saying that because experience has let me recognize that I am not God. God is the one that overlooks the whole entire world. I only overlook what God has given me authority over. And when a person presents as a fake friend, I need to reevaluate how I invest in them, because I'm a person that can only be at one place at one time, and I need to make my life matter. And I make my life matter by recognizing true friends. One of the worst things that ever happened is to have a friend who's your real friend, who cannot invest anything in you because they have put all their energy into a fake friend. Sometimes the fake friend is their husband. Sometimes the fake friend is their wife. But they invest everything in that until you see them break down, and sometimes they go to the hospital because they lose their mind and they're broken. And I think to myself, if you just went through the list and saw the 10 signs and saw that they never listen to you, that they don't care about you emotionally, that fake friends are not around when you need them, that they're never there when you need them. Number 4, fake friends, they don't celebrate you. Number 5, fake friends never have time for you. Number 6, fake friends won't help you, and they hold opportunities away from you. Number 7, fake friends, they discourage you and they put you down. They never support your goals. Number 8, fake friends put you down and try to change you. Number 8, fake friends exclude you from important things. Number 9, fake friends talk poorly about you in front of others. And then we come to number 10, and this is the final one, is at the basis of most fake friends is that fake friends are selfish. Fake friends only care about themselves, especially in relation to you if they're fake with you. And because they only care about themselves, it's a relationship that's destined to end. And the reason why it's destined to end is that anytime you have something that receives but does not give, it will soon die. If you eat and you do not release, you will soon die. If you breathe in but you do not breathe out, you will soon die. If you receive love and you do not give love, you will soon die. We live in a world that is cyclical, a world that there is harmony in the world. And when you deal with friendship, when you receive friendship, the natural thing is to return friendship or to end friendship. But if you receive friendship long enough and you don't return it, the friendship will end. So wisdom is being the type of friend that God wants you to be with the type of person that you come into contact with. Fake friends, God wants you to be aware of fake friends, and he wants you to identify them, and he even wants you to pronounce it to them if you're going to remain in that relationship, so that you can change the way that you work with them, because fake friends are dangerous. They are set up in your life to take away from you so that you have nothing else to give. So selfishness is basically, there are 3 types of relationships, and I'm going to talk about selfishness last. The first type of relationship is partnership. That's true friendship. Partnership is I give to you, you give to me, I have a goal, you have a goal, we work together for our goals to be accomplished. That's partnership. Then after partnership, you have a relationship between the rich and the poor. The relationship between the rich and the poor is I'm rich, so I give to you in the purpose of allowing you to grow so that you can become rich. And you can give to somebody else who's poor that will allow them to grow. So it is the cycle of pulling people out of poverty. So there are some people that we give to who cannot give to us, And that's fine. But the reason why they cannot give to us is because they are poor. They could be poor financially. They could be poor emotionally. They could be poor intellectually. They could be poor socially. They could be poor with experiences and opportunities. They could be poor as it relates to just having real friends. So these people are poor and you give to them. But as you give to them, if they are healthy, they will begin to grow and become enriched by the giving so that now they can either give back to you or they can give to somebody else who's poor. That is another type of relationship. But the third type of relationship, which is fake friends, is now called the parasite. It is something that attaches itself to your body for the purpose of its own self-interest, but it injures you. Fake friends injure you. And because fake friends injure you, you have to find a way to get an antidote to get the parasite gone, to get the parasite removed from your body, to get the parasite stop sucking out the blood. It is a little Dracula that's trying to suck life out of you, called a fake friend. And my job today is to become the Dracula hunter and to tell you that now is the time to pronounce to yourself, fake friends, be gone. If you want to be around, be around. But I have some garlic in me. I have some crosses in me, and I have some light shining, because you will not eat anything from me anymore. You might eat a McDonald's in my presence because you bought it for yourself, but I am not going to invest in fake friends anymore. I may have an abundant gift, whether that gift is the gift to encourage, whether that gift is the gift to help out in certain areas, and I will give it to everybody, including the fake friend. But those things that God has given to me, that he has allowed me to identify, this is not for you, this is for true friends, I will reserve it for true friends. Even on this platform that we call YouTube, they have something called membership. And then they have the general public. They also have subscribers. There are different levels of relationship. And the closer the person is to you in a relationship is the more that you are required or that you should give to them. Now, if I'm a member and you're giving to the person who's criticizing your YouTube station the same thing, then I'm not going to be your member anymore. But as a member, membership gets privileges. True friends should get something from you that fake friends do not get. And my encouragement and what I'm talking about today is to get to the place to allow fake friends to no longer have power in your life. So that's all I wanted to share today. I wanted to really share about this. I'm going to go through the list again because I may have kind of rushed through and rambled through it so you didn't get all of it. But I'm going to go through the list of 10 signs of a fake friend. And then basically the question is, how do you know if you really have a good friend? So if a person has too many of these signs of a fake friend, it's cause of concern. If a person has all of these signs of a fake friend, they're not your friend. But I'm just going to list these. Number one, fake friends never listen to you. You talk, they don't listen. You ask what you said, they don't know. And they oftentimes add to it that they don't care. So number one, fake friends never listen to you. Number two, fake friends don't care about your emotional well-being. They will say things that will harm you. When you're feeling bad, they don't care. All they care about is their own emotional well-being, and they're willing to share that with you. When they're having a good day and you're having a bad day, they don't care. When you're having a good day and they're having a bad day, they want you to have a bad day, and they'll tell you, why do you not feel what I feel? You're not empathetic. They're a narcissist. All they care about is themselves. Number three, fake friends are not around when you need them. Like I said earlier, they're narcissists. When you are in need, they feel overwhelmed. They feel like you want too much from them. But when they're in need, if you're not there, they feel like you're not a good friend. They'll even tell you that you're a fake friend, because fake friends are narcissists and they're selfish. Number four, fake friends don't celebrate you. And they don't care about your well-being. Fake friends, they do not prioritize you. Fake friends put you last and they put themselves first. Number five, fake friends never have time for you. It's always about them. They put themselves, like I said earlier, first, and they put you last. When you need them, they're never there because they are not reliable. Number 6, fake friends won't help you. And when they have opportunities that they're aware of that will help you, they will withhold them from you. And they even have the nerve to tell you that they took that opportunity that would have helped you and gave it to somebody else, because fake friends don't care about you. Number 7, fake friends discourage you and they put down your goals. They try to figure out what God wants you to do or the things that you want to do in your life. They look at your whiteboard and they try to figure out how they can sabotage you from accomplishing the things that you've written down that you want to accomplish in your life. Number 8, fake friends try to change you. They're not satisfied with who you are. And they want to oftentimes use put downs to curve you to become what they want you to be. Not what God wants you to be, not even what you want to be, what they want you to be. And even if you accomplish the goal of what they set out, they shift it and try to change it once again because they're not so much concerned about you reaching their goal. They're concerned about having control over you. Number 9, fake friends exclude you from important events. And even in those important events, they talk poorly about you when you're not present because they want everybody to know that they have vitriol towards you, that they don't like you. And then number 10, fake friends are selfish. They are selfish. They are narcissists. They focus on numero uno, which is themselves. And like I said earlier, they have a priority list. Number 1 is themselves, and number last is you. And when we get to the place where we can recognize that about fake friends, we can say to ourselves that, you know what? I have too much respect for who I am to allow fake friends to take control of my life. I have too much respect for who I am to not be able to identify people who do not meet the standard. And when I identify them, I change the relationship because I will not invest the best parts of my life into fake friends. I will not invest the best part of my life into parasites. Parasites need to be removed from the body. They need not to be fed, because when you feed a parasite in your body, you weaken who you are, and who you are is what you use to be able to bless your friends, to bless your family, and to bless others. My goodness. We have so many comments, and before I close, I don't want to miss out some of the comments and even to greet people because I got so caught up in the teaching this evening I didn't get to greet all my friends who are there. So it's so wonderful having you here, Yvonne. And I did say this, but I got a confirmation. And I think I'm gonna do something that's crazy. I'm gonna actually try to cover this a little bit, is that your fake friend could be your husband. Wow, I felt that. It's true. Your fake friend could be your husband. The one caveat that I do always talk about is that there's a difference between family and friends. There is a difference because with friends, friendship is a relationship that friendship is completely voluntary. I don't have to be your friend. You and I could be friends today, and you could be the best person in the world, and I could be the best person in the world. And if I wake up tomorrow morning and I say, you know what, I don't want to be your friend. We don't have to be friends because friendship is not a guarantee. The only time friendship is a guarantee is when you and I make an agreement and we say that our friendship is for life and we covenant with each other, then friendship is for life. But for the most part, almost none of us do that with our friendship. Friendship is something that I choose to do. Being a husband or a wife is covenant. In covenant now, the enemy always tries to get into covenant. And because men and women are so different from each other, it becomes easy for the enemy to get involved in a relationship and to cause a relationship to have conflict. But there's a difference between being a fake friend and being a friend who has issues, a friend who is struggling. And when it comes to struggling people make mistakes. Struggling people have bad decision-making abilities. So when you're in covenant, the enemy will oftentimes attack that relationship to cause you to be in disconnection with each other. But there's a difference between a fake friend and a friend who struggles. A fake friend plants themselves in your life with an intention never to believe in you, and they're in your life trying to break you down. Now, if you're a husband and you're trying to break your wife down, or if you're a wife and you're trying to break your husband down, you are what we call a fool, because the two of you become one flesh. So if I'm trying to break down my wife, or if you're a woman, you're trying to break down your husband, what you're in fact doing is that you're trying to break down yourself. So you are what the world calls an idiot. And in fairness, there are a lot of people who are idiots that are out there. But if they could ever understand that to break yourself down, or to break your spouse down, to break yourself down, if a person really gets it, most people are intelligent enough to recognize, I have to make some changes. A lot of times we don't get to conversations to be able to deal with this. But because we don't get to conversations, people end the relationship without trying to mend things. But at the end of the day, there are some men and there are some women who implant themselves in a person's life for the purpose of destroying them, maybe because the enemy sent them to do it. I don't think it's as often as people make it to be. I think most relationships break down because both parties or one party doesn't understand by harming the other person, you actually destroy yourself. So they're not wise. They're not very intelligent. Had they had somebody who loved them, even the most foolish person, if you have somebody who has wisdom that loves you and sits you down and says to you and shows you that you are a fool to harm the person that you're married to, and especially they respect the person, most people will change. But most people are surrounded by fake friends and by fake pastors. And a fake pastor would say, well, you give the money, you give all the money, so divorce your husband and give me the money. But you know what? You're not going to get as much money as you think, because divorce takes money away from people. An intelligent pastor would say to the family that you are a team. I'm not a part of your team. If you separate from one another, you destroy one another. So instead of being a fake husband, be a wise husband. And if you're a wise husband, you love her, you take care of her, and you guys fulfill all the elements of true friendship. But most people are surrounded by fake friends. So the fake friend or the fake pastor doesn't tell you what will build you up. They tell you what will build themselves up. And most people who call themselves leaders understand that if I can get rid of the problem person, then I can have the person who's easy to deal with. So in most relationships, you have one of the partners who are susceptible to religious frauds or to false pastors, and they want a divorce so that they can now use the divorce to control both of you by saying, when you get divorced, you're out of the will of God. And because you're out of the will of God, you can't do anything but give me money. Wait a minute. If I'm out of the will of God, isn't my money dirty too? No, it's not dirty. That's clean, but everything else is dirty, so you can't do anything. And what I realize is false friends are not just husbands and wives, but they're also pastors and ministers, and they're also just family members. It can come from so many different angles. But at the end of the day, you have to be aware that a whole bunch of people are false. And when you're aware of it and you can see the signs of it, then now what you have to do is that you have to get to the place to say to yourself that I am going to be who God wants me to be. Now, when I'm dealing with just a friend who has no covenant, it's very easy to deal with a false friend. Say, me and you, we're done. But when you're in a covenant, you want to have a conversation with those that you're in covenanted with, and you want to be able to have a clear picture. Do you understand the behavior? Do you understand that you're acting like a false friend? Because if you don't understand it, we need to look at the scripture, because you are attacking yourself, which means that you're a fool. And because you're attacking yourself, now we have to correct this and start to work through this and start to find somebody who's honest to help us through the process. But if you are married to somebody who is a false friend and who's willing to fess up to it, and you can see all the indicators of it, then there really is only one answer. Because if you continue to put something into a person's mouth and it doesn't come out of their body, something is going to die. If you are in a marriage with a fake person who's not really connected, who's a fake friend, it is going to die. But I don't think that there's as many fake husbands or fake wives as we think. I think there's just a lot of people who are not intelligent and they do not have any real friends around them to be able to talk to them and say to them that, you know what, brother, you're a dummy. Because anybody who fights themselves doesn't have any sense. To say to the young lady that, you know what, you're stupid. Because how are you going to obey the pastor and your husband who's paying your bills, you don't want to listen to him? You don't have sense. And there's so many people who are so unintelligent. They don't even read the Bible for themselves. And because of this, they have all kinds of problems. So are there fake husbands? Yes. Fake friend wives? Yes. But I think there are more unintelligent people than even fake people. And there's a difference between having an unintelligent friend and having a fake friend. An unintelligent friend does not think for themselves. Very dangerous, because false people or fake people will think for them. But there is a place of repentance and a place of change, because if they get intelligent, they can defend themselves. So part of the reason why I'm teaching this lesson is for all of us, including myself, to become more aware that I may not be perfect, but I can be intelligent. I can allow the Spirit of God to direct me and to allow me to see the signs of fake friendship. And when I see it, I can accept it and say, you know what? You're not a real friend. And sometimes, I don't think it happens as much, but most people that we go through this list and we see enough things about them, we're going to know that they're fake. But sometimes you have somebody who's very unwise who also fit these signs. But if they're a real friend, they'll be willing to have a conversation with you, and they'll be willing to go through some of these questions and recognize that, you know what, I have been acting like this. I've been very immature. I've been very foolish, and I need to change. So there are some people that are at that stage, but I think at the end of the day, why I'm teaching this is for us to be aware of it. And then when we're aware of it, we can now invest our lives in friends. Of course, you still help your enemies. Of course, you still pray for people who are against you. Of course, you still spend time with fake friends. You still do those kinds of things. But at the end of the day, you do those kinds of things with a different mentality. Jesus treated Judas with love, but he knew that Judas was a betrayer, and he let Judas know, I know who you are. A devil is in you. We have too many fake people around us who think they're getting away with it. And when the appointed time comes, whether God tells you or you just feel it's a wise time to tell them, you need to look at them and say, you know what? I know who you are. Whatever you do, go and do it quickly. You are a fake friend, and I can see it, and I know it, and I've seen it for years. So whether you want to stay here and continue to pretend, we'll see, or you want to go. But what I need is an environment of people that are around me that are honest, people who are around me who are real, people around me who actually care about me, people that I care about, because I don't want to live this falsified life anymore. Too many Christian people are fakes. And we all are talking in our homes about the fakes, but we're not talking to the face of the fake people and saying to them, you are a fake and I know it. And will they tell you some stuff? Yeah, they'll tell you some stuff too. But I'd rather for them to say it to my face than for them to continue to say it behind my back. But it is such a blessing to be able to share this word. I'm just gonna read a few more comments and a few more thoughts before we close off. But I'm so thankful for everyone who is here. I see that Pastor, his word is here. It's so wonderful having you, sir. God bless you. Wonderful having you. And I had greeted a few people earlier, so I'm going to try to see those who I didn't really get to point out so much. So I think it's a wonderful statement from Mikedra Walton. She just said, just now, and welcome, it's wonderful having you. Says, just now seeing your question up top, a good friend to me is one that will tell me the truth. Add good things to my journey and spiritual life. A good friend makes all the difference in this life. And that's so true. And thank you so much for that comment. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you for being a part of this conversation. I know that I missed quite a few of our comments here this evening. And I'm so thankful for having all of you who are here. And I think some of you earlier I had recognized. Such as Georgina, look and see if they're always asking you for favors. So she was sharing something about fake friends. And I'm so thankful for you being here today, Georgina. And earlier we had Wellness with Frugal Mama, just sharing a hello and sharing a few comments as well. So I'm so thankful for having you here. I'm going to try to read a few comments and then we will come to a close. And I love this statement. A friend indeed, Jesus. Jesus for sure is a friend indeed, the best friend that all of us here will ever have. Never leaving, meet Jesus. Yes, Jesus is amazing. And I love this comment. I'm right on time for this. Needed to hear this. Wonderful, wonderful sharing this word. I'm so thankful. And Wellness Frugal Mama, right on, enjoying the word today. And I'm praying that you all enjoy the word today. Today, I just wanted to just be open, wanted to be honest. This is a subject matter we don't really talk about. I think some people have mastered the art of dealing with fake friends. Some people are so loving and so social and so kind that they know how to deal with it. They can identify true friends, they can identify fake friends, but they know how to treat everybody with respect and treat everybody with kindness. But they're able to kind of identify. But some of us, because we want to be so committed to the word, and we want to just be so honest and kind to people, we sometimes do not see the fakeness of people. In fact, people who cry out the most for authenticity and realness sometimes are the fakest people. So I think it's very, very important for us to be aware of this so that we can understand some of the signs of fake friends and look out for it. But also, as we're looking out for that, the main topic we're talking about today is how can you identify good friends? Is that when you find that your friends are faithful, even though they're not perfect, you find that your friends are faithful, just give God thanks for them and give them a renewed appreciation, because sometimes we get on fire to deal with fake friends, but we don't get on fire to thank true friends for being true friends. People who have been your friends for years, people who come over to your house, eat with you, maybe make food for you, or you go over to their house and you spend time with them. And sometimes we don't have the opportunity to just appreciate the goodness of the people that God put in our life. So I'm so thankful for just being able to share this word. I pray that it's been a blessing to you. And I know that God has been amazing, amazing, amazing. So just want to see if there's any more comments that we'd probably close off on. It's just wonderful. So it's just wonderful just being able to share with everybody and talking with everybody. And I'm so thankful for all of you who are here. And for me, I count it as a very, very high privilege to even be an acquaintance of a person, much more to be a friend of a person. And I'm so thankful to, at minimum, be an acquaintance with you today, and at maximum being your friend. I'm so thankful for that. And as we're coming to a close with this particular conversation, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone who's in the live event. I know many of you are here and haven't been able to comment or just didn't want to comment, but I thank you for listening, and I thank you for taking note of what has been said. And for those of you who have shared your comments and your thoughts, I'm so thankful for you just sharing. And for those of you who are at the replay, who've gotten to this point, just wanted to thank you so much for just being a part of this particular conversation. And I want to encourage you to let you know that you're not alone. There are good people that are out there, and I'm praying and believing that God will give all of us wisdom to be able to give him thanks for those that are good, and to identify those who are fake, and to pray for them, that God would transform them and allow them to become the people that he wants them to be. So thank you so much. I'm just so thankful for all of you who are here. Before we close, I'm just going to be just sharing a final video with you all. And the video I'm going to be sharing is, I've been blessed to write a new book. So I'm just going to share a little bit about that information, and feel free to just listen in. And if you want to get a copy of it, feel free to visit our website at nevasolomon.com. Or if you just want to know a little bit more, you can just visit on Amazon and just read a little bit of the book. We do have a Kindle copy. So if you have access to Kindle, you can probably get that for free. If you have access to like the Kindle Unlimited program, or if you just want to purchase it, that would work as well. So thankful for all of you who are here. It's wonderful connecting with you, and I am pumped to be all that I can be, and to thank God for the friends that I have, and to be empowered by God to live free of those who want to hold me bound. So God bless you, and have a great night. Thank you once again for visiting us, and I'm praying and believing that you will have an excellent week in Jesus' name. God bless you.
I would admonish every Christian wanting to draw closer to God through worship to read and practice the principles of this book. Whether you are a passionate worshiper, a new believer, a pastor, or someone simply seeking to grow in your personal relationship with God, this book is packed with a philosophy that can shoot your life to the next level. It will help you to have an encounter of the revelation and transformation received at the spiritual altar of focused worship.
5 Benefits of Worship is now available on Amazon. If you'd like to get your copy, please press the link below. If you'd like more information about 5 Benefits of Worship, please visit our website at nevillesolomon.com. Thank you.